Hi, welcome to Plaid Lattes. I'm AJ, and on today's video we are going to be doing how to transform any space into a romantic area and a great breakfast. If that's something you want to see, then do not adjust your screen. So most videos only focus on turning a bedroom into a romantic area. I think with everything going on in the world, it's time to branch out. Today I'm going to be turning a small sitting area in our house into a lovely little romantic cafe as a surprise for my mom and dad for Valentine's Day, so they can have a lovely breakfast, just the two of them. As you know, the first thing you want to start with is cleaning everything, which I've already done, and then it's setting the stage. Now, especially if you're making it into a very different feel, or if you're making your room special for someone else, if you can't get rid of everything, you can always cover it with something. Everyone has spare sheets or lace curtains. Stay tuned. Hey! So while the curtains don't completely cover everything, it does add just a little bit of, I don't know, magic to the room, or just an extra layer of coziness. Just be careful if you have a cat that likes shiny things, because she might rip them to pieces. And on to our next moment. So I normally have one chair in here. I brought another one in, and I also have an ottoman that will act as a lovely little table. But before I move those, I typically have a bright pink carpet in here, because pink. But I want to add that little bit of extra coziness. So instead, I'm going to put this on the floor, and then position everything over top of it. If you don't have a rug already on your floor, then definitely pop to like a dollar store and grab an anti-slip mat, just so that you don't slip and fall, because blankets have no grip to them. Added little entertainment of putting a cozy fuzzy blanket on the floor is having your cat knead on it and try to make it her home. So, with a little bit of moving around, I got my chairs and a nice table here. Turns this little reading nook into a lovely little cafe spot for tomorrow. Now the next thing you might be wondering about is lighting, because the lighting down here kind of sucks. And a lot of people will go with, oh, lots of candles. I don't see romance with that. Personally, I see a fire hazard. But fake candles and twinkle lights, that's where it is. Just a couple of lovely faux candles and a cat that's a monster. I didn't put up twinkle lights because my cat would destroy them as she plays with my blinds. And as for music, I do have a nice little record player, and then I got my dad to go and get some records that he thought would be romantic for tomorrow. And everything else will get set up in the morning after we make breakfast. So if that's something you want to see, then stick around. Hi, welcome to the second part of this video, breakfast. So the first tip I will give you before getting into anything else is if you're going to have any kind of meat, try and cook it the day before, just so that's one less thing to do. For our breakfast today, we will be having bacon, made the day before, French toast, and grapefruit. So, for our French toast, first tip I'm going to give you is if you mix your cinnamon and vanilla together, then all your cinnamon won't float to the top and be wasted on your first slice of bread. Whisk that in with the rest of our stuff. Getting most of the eggs not off of my whisk. If you get a chance to get a whisk like this, do try to. I'm not quite sure what it's called.
Magic whisk.
A magic whisk. I fell in love with this from Nigella Lawson. Otherwise, just use a fork. As you notice, I have a baking sheet instead of a frying pan. Because another great thing, if you're making something like this for breakfast, is if you do it in the oven, then you're just not sitting there flipping it and then everything gets cold. Just quick and easy. Any French toast recipe will work. I am using the Udi's French baguette, gluten-free, not sponsored, because my mom is gluten-free. And why not add a little extra fancy if you're doing a romantic breakfast? Once all of your French toast pieces are dipped, make sure that your oven is set to 375, and then you pop these in for about 6 minutes aside. If they need a little extra crisping, definitely turn on the broiler just to make them a little extra, lovely. And while these are baking, gives you a perfect time to get your fruit and coffee and anything else you want ready.
Okay. My contribution to this lovely breakfast is some lovely bruleed grapefruit. Labor of love is using the tiny little grapefruit knife to cut all the little pieces apart so it's perfect for my love. Just gonna put a little brown sugar on top and then brulee this up. That's good. So if you do not have a brulee weapon, you can. Whoop. So these magical creatures take a minute to start, but once they do, they're very handy to have. If you don't have one, you can pop this under the broiler in your oven for a minute or two. Keep an eye on it because sugar burns fast. And do it that way. I like this way because it's more like creme brulee, but a little bit healthier.
You don't get scurvy.
Something says I love you like scurvy.
Our French toast has baked in the oven. You can place your strawberries. I did these earlier. Just a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. After I sliced them, you can put anything you want on these. You can just do maple syrup, or actually probably put jam. Lots of people like Nutella. I like strawberries for that little bit of freshness. And then some whipped cream, like the coconut. Not sponsored. So once you have your breakfast all ready, you have your coffee made, and you've heated up your meat, just in the microwave, then it's just moving to your staging area for your romantic breakfast. So, once you have your breakfast ready and your stage set, then it's all a matter of surprising the person you're trying to surprise, which in my mom's case is very hard. So I haven't brought down the lattes yet, but we have our lovely breakfast, we have our cozy atmosphere, I even have a fake fireplace on the TV, and the record player ready to go. It's all about making small moments great. So this is actually a breakfast for you guys.
Oh, that's so sweet.